Mr. Stix and I played a lot of the Girls Frontline 2 Global Closed Beta test, and with the release right around the corner, I wanted to do a dedicated video telling you why I had as much fun as I did. Both of us played everything that the game had to offer. We finished everything that was possible to participate in, to consume. This game is going to be bigger than you think, than a lot of people are giving it credit for. And I plan on telling you why that is. Before we jump into that though, Mrs. Stix put together a culmination of everything we got to experience, the fun, the dark, the messed up, the epic, and you're going to get to witness that firsthand. If this right here doesn't convince you to play the game when it launches, well, I mean, I guess maybe listen to what I have to say and that will. Evidently, Mrs. Stix is very talented when it comes to music videos. That being said, I had an immense amount of fun in Girls Frontline 2. Why? On the one hand, this is a very casual game. This is actually something I'm going to add into the regular rotation of gacha games that I play, along with Nikke, Wuthering Waves, Punishing Grey Raven, Guardian Tales, maybe Snowbreak. This is a game that you log in and play for 10 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, or 30 minutes a day if you want to. This game very much so respects your time, and due to that respect, you're never forced to invest too much time into it. This means that you have ample time for other games, and that is something that I truly value and seek out in the gacha games that I play. I want to be able to play them for 5 minutes a day if I want to, or I want to be able to play them for 3 hours straight. The combat is incredibly fun, very engaging. There is an auto mode, which means that like for 95% of the game, you can just click auto and everything will go through nice and smoothly. As long as you have the correct characters, everything will, or everyone will synergize effectively, and you're not really going to need to necessarily pay that much attention to it. Yes, the content gets more difficult. Some of it gets exponentially more difficult, requiring a lot of hands-on attention, especially given the AI is kind of stupid at times. There were numerous occasions when characters just like run up the ladder or back down the ladder to run back up the ladder again to run back down the ladder, and we questioned the sanity of the dolls. But I mean, the combat is incredibly fun. It's beautiful, it's flashy, very strategic. And again, and this plays back into the casual aspect of the game. There is a functional auto mode, which means you can play the game if you want to. You can attempt to compete with other players. But if you'd prefer, you can let the AI do it for you. You can let the game play on the side while you're playing Wuthering Waves, while you're playing Honkai Star Rail. The options are endless. Character models are probably, arguably, some of the best that the entire gacha genre has to offer. You cannot look at these characters and think to yourself, man, they are ugly, because you'd be delusional. These characters are phenomenal. They have insane textures. They literally have perfectly crafted fingers, toes, if you're into that, and no judgment if you are. Everything about these characters is flawlessly crafted and sculpted. And that is just based off of the introductory characters we have. From what I've seen much later down the game, especially from the Chinese version, we're gonna get access to some absolutely incredible looking characters. But these ones already are probably in the top 5 best looking character models that the gacha genre has to offer. And more than that, the character skins, the outfits, my god. Now granted, the version we're gonna get global isn't gonna really have access to any of these skins by default, and that's perfectly fine because it allows for us to save up for them. But man, if you just go and you look at the Chinese Twitter, Chinese social media, holy crap, it is insane. They know their target demographic is a bunch of degenerate, cultured weebs, and I am one of those. Like, I openly admit to being the king of degenerates. I love hot waifus, and my wife does too. She loves them just as much as I do, which is great because we're both gonna be playing this game. The characters also, as an additive here, have really good personalities, and I'm not talking about, you know, the character plot. I'm talking about actual genuine personalities. They all feel very different, very distinct. They have discernible character personalities, traits. Everything about each character feels unique. I don't know, like, I've played so many gacha games where the characters are forgettable, and that really just, I don't resonate with characters, and I can't relate to characters that are just boring, which in turn means that I don't want to play them or I don't want to pay for them. That isn't the case with this. The characters all have great personalities with great backstories, lots of lore, which then leads into the story. The story in this game is dark, it's messed up, and I'm the kind of person that really, really loves dark, fucked up games and movies and TV series. So when I got into this and I saw all these different things like unraveling, dude, I about lost it. Like, this is gonna go down as one of, and I might be wrong, this might change later down the line, but this is gonna go down as one of my, I think, favorite gacha narratives, and I could not be more excited to fully play through all of it. And then at the end, I think this is probably the #1 selling point for the game. Its extensive dorm system. Now, from what we've seen in China, there is a more extensive dorm system available, and the version we get is just scratching the surface. But having your characters, being able to interact with your characters, touch them, watch them, kind of like what is present in Snowbreak, but Snowbreak is the dollar store Walmart version of this dormitory system. This is like the ultimate weird otaku, little really, really, really creepy voyeur dormitory system, like a voyeur version of a dormitory system, and I guarantee you will all love it. It is just, you cannot put into words how weird, but at the same time enjoyable this system is until you get in game and you experience it yourself. I mean, you're looking at some of the stuff going on in the background right now, but trust me, it gets so much more explicit, so much more enjoyable. And I think at the end of the day, like, with how casual this game is and how good it all looks and feels, this is going to be a sleeper hit. This is going to take the world by storm. This is going to, like, it's not going to hit Wuwan numbers or Zenless numbers, but at the same time, it doesn't need to. It needs to secure itself as a fun, enjoyable game that makes a couple $1 million a month with a couple million players. That's it. And I think that is going to happen. I think at the end of the day, this game is going to surprise us. This game is going to shatter expectations that we had for it. And I very much so plan on playing it regularly. I plan on doing videos on it on this channel. I have a tier list coming for it in the next few days, so be on the lookout for that. Hey you, where do you think you're going? Don't you close out of this tab. I didn't give you permission to do that. Sit your ass back down. Click one of the 2 videos that are going to be on screen in just a moment and keep watching my content. Keep enjoying my content.